outstanding job tonight, quite honestly. He was the difference in the ball game. He really did a good job of executing pitches, and we just didn't do a good enough job of swinging the bat. Quite honestly, I thought we took way too many pitches on the outside corner, fastball and slider away from us. And I mean, if you look at our hits, all 4 of our hits, we hit the ball the other way, where we did a good job in those at bats, staying on pitches and just using the whole field. And I felt like we got ourselves in a lot of 2-strike counts by taking some pitches on the outside corner that put us in 2-strike counts. And then, we had some at bats where we struck out looking on pitches on the outer half or on the outside corner. A lot of that is carried, just executing pitches, but we got to do a better job of competing on the outside part of the plate and using the whole field. And we did not do a good enough job of that tonight. And, I told our hitters that after the game. I thought Mac did a really good job. I thought he threw the ball really well. Paul Abriola, again, did a nice job for us. Felt bad for Clayton. We got 2 outs there, and, we kind of had the funky ground ball single that got past Blake Wright, and then, Loper Fido there. And in my opinion, their best player, best hitter, he had an opposite field home run. And then, Edmo got in, true freshman got in, thought he did a good job on the batter he faced. So, it should have been a little bit closer than it was, but ultimately, their starting pitcher did a great job, and we just didn't do a good enough job of using the whole field in our at-bats, put ourselves in bad counts, and that was the difference in the ball game.
Hey, Monte, it's Will with Clemson Insider. Just curious, now as you look for tomorrow, how critical is tomorrow for you guys to go out there and get a win?
Well, it's critical. I mean, it's the biggest game of the season, no doubt about it. We got to win this game to get back into the series. To win the series, we got to win tomorrow. And again, I think our guys know, it's a huge game for us tomorrow.
I wanted to ask you, Monte, about the energy for your team. Were you satisfied with your team's energy today?
I thought our energy was good. I think we need about as much energy as we can possibly generate in a dugout for sure. I thought our pregame was really good. Guys had a really good batting practice. Defensive work was really good. I thought all the pregame stuff was great. Energy was good in all the pregame. I think in the dugout, the energy was fine. What I like to see a little bit more, as a head coach, you always want to see, great energy in the dugout. I didn't think it was bad. I've seen it better. But we definitely need to have, good energy tomorrow. And, we talked about that after the game as well.
Mac, is it just he's just seemed to have a lot of bad luck this year, whether it be a crazy pitch that gets away or maybe just that the bats just aren't going, or he's going up against a guy like he did tonight, right?
Well, I don't know. I gotta have a word with the baseball gods, I guess. So I feel like I'm living the right way, but karma doesn't seem to be helping me. So or our team. But no, you're right. I mean, quite honestly, I think when things are going good, Will, you tend to be a little bit more lucky. I think you play a little more carefree and aggressive. And, right now for us, it's almost like every game is so critical. Every pitch is critical. Every at bat is so critical. And when those things, when you're in that position, sometimes, things just don't tend to go your way. I thought our guys were pretty loose today, and I feel like we need to be loose to play our best baseball. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you look at the the ball that got away in the first. That was just a hard breaking ball in the dirt that got away. That we gave up a run there, and then kind of a hooking ground ball to Blake that led to a 2-out 2-run homer. We would have potentially got out of the inning had we made that play. Yeah, we definitely had some bad luck, and we've had some bad luck over the course of this season. But, the bottom line is we got to come out here tomorrow, control what we can control, which is tomorrow. Again, tomorrow's the biggest game of the season for us. We need Keyshawn to be great for us. We've got plenty of options out of the bullpen, and we'll use all of them to try to win tomorrow's game. And hopefully we'll swing the bats a little bit better tomorrow.
You've coached in a ton of these kind of games tomorrow where a lot of pressure's on. What do you do to try to get the guys just to focus on playing ball and not so much what's at stake?
I think the biggest key is that we don't treat tomorrow any differently than we do any other game from their perspective. We don't send the messages as we have to and we must. We can't use words like that tomorrow. This game is the biggest game of the season. Like we can't. I think our guys know all that. You know, that's not something that as a head coach, I feel like I need to necessarily talk about. I think they know that. I think the key is that we're positive and we're, you know, cool, calm, and collected during BP, and we have good energy, and we just focus on working on things in pregame that we didn't do a good enough job of in today's game to prepare for tomorrow. And then when the game starts, you know, quite honestly, the momentum of the ball game is always going to be dictated by you know who. That's the starting pitcher. So, you know, it's you know, Keyshawn needs to come out and just pound the strike zone, get ground balls. We need to play good defense behind him. And, you know, I feel like we'll bounce back offensively and make some adjustments to swing the bats better tomorrow. So I don't really talk a whole lot about the importance of the game tomorrow. I think all our guys know that. They all have social media accounts. So the big key is just to stay positive and try to be loose and go have fun tomorrow.
Anything else for Coach Lee? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, last up is James Parker. Go ahead with questions.
Hey, James, this is Will with the Clemson Insider. You know, Coach just kind of talked about it. You heard kind of what he said, the message there. So, you know, for you, you've been in some of these games too. What's your message, especially to the younger guys?
I mean, today was one of those games where, you know, I thought they started through a really good game. You know, we just couldn't get on that roll, you know, to get everything going. So really just tip the cap to the guys. They made some good swings in that game, and they were able to just, I mean, they just played better today. So for the young guys, I mean, it's important just to realize this is baseball, and, you know, sometimes things are just not going to go your way, but just to stay positive. You know, it's one game. That's why we play a 3-game series. So one game doesn't determine anything. The biggest thing about it is just how we come back tomorrow. You know, that starts with just showing up at the ballpark and have good attitude and everybody wanting to be here, you know, for tomorrow.
What was Kerry doing to keep you guys off balance today?
You know, he was able to. The biggest thing is he was able to get ahead early. You know, he didn't really see him fall behind in counts. You know, if he fell behind in some counts, the game probably would have looked a little different today. But he stayed ahead, so kind of kept us on our toes. And he was able to really do what he wanted just because he had pitches to waste. You know, as far as 2-strike counts and whatnot. And I think that, I mean, really, we got ourselves out some as well. So he was just, I mean, he was throwing strikes. You know, he wasn't just, you know, kind of throwing it over the plate. He had his stuff today pretty working well. So we kind of just got to tip the cap.
Mac has pitched well for you guys pretty much all year, but it seems like he's just kind of got snake bit a lot, hadn't he? Did you see it that way?
Yeah, you know, he's had some tough luck. You know, he's been battling, and he's just, like I said, sometimes things just don't go your way. So for him, I mean, it's just, you know, he knows he's our guy. You know, we're gonna trust him every time he goes out there. So for him, just staying positive and trusting his stuff and wanting the ball every time he gets it.
Anything else for James? All right, thanks, James. Thanks, everyone.